Hi and welcome to another Married to Reselling video. I'm Simon.
I'm Faye, and together we're a UK reselling couple selling mainly on Amazon and eBay.
In today's video, it's all sales from right here in the barn.
Right, let's get started. We have got this stunning antique gypsy table going out today. Let's have a little side view of the legs. Look at that. It's free to us and it sold for £99.99 plus very expensive £70 post. Initially we had it on collection, but the buyer contacted us, said would we courier it. They were happy to pay that price, so we're happy to send it for that. And that has been for sale for about a week, and that's sold on eBay.
We have the option of taking it apart, obviously, but that's not really an option because it's very old and it does all unscrew, but the customer has paid for it essentially to be delivered. You know, the quote was done on the size and weight that it is. I reckon I can get it delivered for about 50 quid via Pruvia. Pruvia is the courier that Vinteria uses. So if you sell something big through Vinteria, they essentially organise the shipping and actually the packing as well. So they just turn up and kind of pack it and take it away. So I think I'll probably end up using Pruvia, but maybe through like a parcel website. It's a bit cheaper.
But I'll be able to get cash back as well.
Yeah, but I'll be packing it myself. I'll probably use about half a roll of bubble wrap on that.
Let's have a look at the top again, because each corner, well, it's not really a corner.
Did you read out the description?
Yeah, is different. So look, there's a chair. It's called Marquetry. That's a bookcase. That's like a set of drawers. That's upside down, but it's like a sideboard. That's cupboards. And that one, is that a sideboard?
Like a TV unit or a hi-fi system.
Oh yeah, antique. So yeah, super happy with that sale. That's sort of our first foray into furniture.
I suppose. Maybe. I mean, we've been doing this a number of years. We might have sold something, I'm not sure. I'm going to move this out of the way.
It was made in India. Crate 8, vintage Duchess Tranquility side plates, 6 of them. They cost 70p from auction and they sold for £17.47 within 2.5 months. Art 95. It's a box frame, vintage antique history style golf shadow box frame, and it's like a collage and it's got like different golf clubs and the dates and stuff. It's very hard to see because of the reflections, but that cost £1 from a jumble sale and that sold for £22.99 plus post within a month. And on the table we have a little square picture. It's a vintage Glastonbury print by John Morland of flowers. There's chrysanthemums in there, and that cost £2.50, sold within a month for £12 plus post. Then we've got Art 128. We were joking about this picture yesterday. It's a vintage mixed media art of a big house with a front garden. So someone's drawn their house and they've done it in like paint and crayon. And you were saying yesterday that they could be like the next big artist.
The early works. But yeah, and then Faye, we were putting it away and then Faye said, oh, there is a watcher on it. And then it's sold within like an hour of that conversation.
Cost 64p, sold within a month for £12.37 plus post. Then on the table we have a print, Sutton Coldfield, signed Glyn Martin, limited edition, 381 of 850. There we go. We've got a few. I've talked about these two artists before, Martin and Glyn. They're brothers. They paint different places, do limited edition prints of 850. That cost 64p and sold for £8.24 plus post within a month. Then we've got 2 Hobgoblin Hobgoblets. There they are. They were free to us, sold within 2 weeks for £14.99, and they are going GSP to Canada.
Oh wow.
Then also on the table we have a vintage style photo frame, silver, quite chunky. That cost £1 from a jumble sale or a car boot. I think it was car boot actually, and that sold for £14.99 plus post within a month. Toy tub, vintage Partington illuminated magnifier in the original box with 1 lens. So that's square, that rectangular brown box. It's just an old magnifying glass type thing. Cost 82p from auction, sold for £9.99 plus post within a month. Crate 24. Vintage Royal Collection Buckingham Palace mug. Yeah, that's the one. That's from 1999. That cost 70p from auction, sold within 3 months for £10 plus post. Then on the table we have 3 egg coddlers, vintage Royal Worcester. Two of them are Evesham, one is Woodland, and they cost a total of £1.50 and sold for £19.99 within a month. It's going GSP to Spain. Then also on the table we have a pair of botanical art prints framed. Yep, it's like...
Oh, they're back to back.
Yeah, one's an amaryllis, one's a...
That's the amaryllis, and that is a...
yeah,
that.
Ornithogallum. They cost a total of £2. They're £1 each from a jumble sale, and they sold for £21.24 plus post within a month. And we've got 2 more Hobgoblin goblets. Again, these were free, and these sold for £14.99 within 2 weeks, and that's it. That's all I've got to say about it. And then crate 5.
Yeah.
Vintage Johnson Brothers Summer Chintz 2-litre round lidded casserole dish. It's making some space.
Yeah, it's been sitting around for ages, isn't it?
Yeah, that cost £3 from a garage sale 5 months ago, and it was a dreadful garage sale. I think it's one of the only things we picked up.
Oh really? Was this not with that bundle that we bought from Old Stevenage?
No, this came from Finland.
Oh, did it?
It was like the first house we went to.
No, that was Holly Ribbons.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, this was part of that bundle we got out of the charity shop in Stevenage, where we sold the teapot for like 50 quid.
Oh, okay. It cost £3 and sold for £14.99.
Yeah, I think we spent like £12 on a few items, or maybe £15 on a few items. The teapot got us our money back and profit straight away, and then everything else has sort of trickled out. I think the bowls and stuff have done alright. I think that might be the last thing from that bundle.
Okay, we've got this vintage Japanese glass vase, orange and clear, going out. That sold on Vinteria. That cost £2 and came from a car boot sale and sold within a couple of weeks for £34 plus post to Colorado.
We had a bit of a problem with it in that the customer on Vinteria put their Colorado address but then chose United Kingdom as their country, and on Vinteria what we didn't know, and we've learned and we're passing on to you, is that for UK postage you can't add, unless you're using their special service, I think you can't add postage of more than £10.
I think it depends on the size.
Yeah, so it wouldn't let us charge more than £10, and we needed to charge £23.90, which you do subsequently when you confirm the sale on Vinteria. They wouldn't let us do it, so we've had to sort of to and fro with Vinteria to get them to invoice the customer the additional, which they have now apparently done. I'm going to fully check it before I ship it. But yes, so look out for that. It is possible for customers to put a different country in their address. Whether they did it deliberately or not, don't know. They checked out as a guest, so you know, Vinteria were, I suppose, a little baffled, but yeah, not a foolproof system, so just look out for that.
Cool, then back to eBay. We have got this vintage candelabra black metal candle holder thing. Holds 8 sort of tea lights. It sort of rests on the table, but it can also go around like a parasol on the table, so that's quite nice. That cost 70p from auction, sold within 2.5 months of £12.72 plus post. Then we've got this vintage Herzenruther, the Water Babies plate, Tom and the Dragon. That cost 67p from auction and sold within 5 months for £9.37. Then we've got this vintage original oil on canvas signed S. Dressen, Girl in Meadow. That cost £1.44 from auction, sold within 4 months for £18.32 plus post. Then we've got a vintage Mason's Ironstone Royal Silver Jubilee mug. Still got its tag. That cost 48p from auction 11 months ago and sold for £6 and 4p plus post. Then we've got, someone bought 2 different things. They've got these Arca d'Or bowls, vintage glass with pewter rim. They cost £4 from someone on Facebook, and they also bought this ashtray solid cut glass decorative bowl. That cost £1 from, I don't know where that came from. £1 makes me think charity shop maybe, or a garage sale, who knows.
Really
But
heavy.
Yes,
Really heavy.
we have had it 18 months. And
So they spent a £5.
and it's sold for £12.72 plus post. But they're old.
Yeah, well that's not so bad, is it? It was the cost price of that one that did it, but
Yeah.
that was a...
They're
You
old.
went and met a man, didn't you, and bought some glassware off him.
Yeah, I did. Then we've got this vintage Johnson Brothers Indian Tree jug. This cost £2.22. That came from a house clearance place about 4 months ago and sold for £10.55. And then we've got these Viven's bowls. Another 4 of these are going out. I think this is the last lot of these we've got. These cost £2 and 2p for the 4. They came from auction about 8 months ago and sold for £9.11. So we're getting rid of some old stuff here, which is good. Okay, we've got this Horse Guards Parade framed signed limited edition art print going out. This is by Glyn Marsh. They always release 850 prints, and this one is 758 out of 850. And I've ended up with a few of these now from different auction lots, so they're quite common. That one cost £1 and sold for £29.99, and that came from a jumble sale, and that sold within a month. Then we have this vintage Vachtersbach Christmas tree red cake stand, 2-tier, very nice cake stand. That cost 70p, and that came from auction. Took about 2.5 months to sell for £22.79 plus post. Then we've got these 2 beautiful vintage ice cream scoops. One's a 3 ounce and one's size 60, and they are like your proper like American ice cream parlor style, and I knew they were good when I saw them in the tub that we got from auction, and I bundled them together. They cost a total of 82p, and they sold for £19.99, and they sold within a month, and they're going GSP to America. And then we have this vintage lemon dish, small yellow ceramic, made in Italy, cost 82p from auction, sold within 2 weeks to a repeat buyer for £9.99 plus post. We've got this Airwalk ski jacket, women's, UK size 10 going out. This cost £7 from a charity shop, sold within 2 weeks on eBay for £17.99 plus post, and because it's used, there's no fees. Woohoo! We've got this vintage Wedgwood Campion gravy boat and saucer going out. That cost 70p from auction, sold within 3 months for £10.39 plus post. We have got these vintage wine stoppers, they're like corks with little faces on. They cost 61p from auction 7 months ago and sold for £10. I just took an offer. Also sold these Neal's Yard organic essential oils. One's geranium and one's eucalyptus. Paid £2 for those from a jumble sale, and they sold within a month for £19.99. And then we've got this belt. The belt buckle was made in Italy. It's metal, it's vintage, it's really nice. That cost 50p from a jumble sale, sold within a month on Vinted for £12 plus post. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe so you can be notified of new videos that are released every 2 days at the moment. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
Wait, I haven't done the numbers. Okay, so all of those sales that you've just seen in this video totaled over £540. And for those that say, well, you didn't make £540, no, we didn't. After the cost of the goods, fees and postage and advertising were deducted, we made just over £350. We hope you enjoyed that one. Bye for now.
Bye.